So now we come to the second half of the stanza and the rest, which is the promise to write the book. And here it says, according to the scriptures, I shall now briefly describe the practice of the Bodhisattva discipline. Actually, I didn't have the new version of the translation of Bodhicharyavatara in English, and I was following my old book, and I didn't know there was some difference, but there's a little bit different in translation, but it comes to the same thing. You see here in the homage section, it says that in the new version it says, to those who go in bliss and the Dharmakaya, they possess the Dharmakaya. It's Dharmakaya here means about the like all the Dharma. Actually, it means all the experiences of the Dharma, all the teachings of the Dharma. So that's like sometimes we say the skanda of the Dharma, or the heap of the Dharma, or the form of the Dharma, every Dharma. So therefore it comes to the same thing anyway. Now, what he's saying here is that I'm not teaching anything that's not taught by the Buddha and commented on by his great followers and disciples and lineage holders. I'm saying everything here is coming from a source. The teaching, the scripture doesn't mean just a book, but all the teachings that came from Buddha is nothing that I am myself inventing something. It's based on the wisdom of the ancient, and this teaching is about the practice of the Buddhist Bodhisattva's discipline, how to become a Bodhisattva, how to train yourself in the path of the Bodhisattva, how to become a person that would be helpful, and how I can liberate myself from my own problems and sufferings, and how can I help other people in this path, or in this direction or purpose. What can I do? How can I work towards that? This is all about it. Then he says, here I shall say nothing that has not been said before, and in the art of prosody I have no skill. Now he's trying to, he's trying to make himself more humble, and trying to kind of maintain the humility, because it's not that he has no skills in writing, or in poetry, or in prosody. It's not like that. He is regarded as one of the most eloquent, most beautifully written works, his works. But he's trying to keep the humility. But this humility is something very important. It's not that I'm bad, thinking that I'm bad, I don't know anything, I'm really bad. It's not like that. It's not that you have no appreciation of yourself, or it's not that you really think you know nothing, or it's not like that. But it's also not like thinking something and saying something else. It's not like that either. Like I think that I'm really good, but then I'm also just for the sake of saying, I said that I know nothing, but actually I feel that I know lots of things. It's not like that. Because, generally everything is comparative, as If I compare myself with somebody who knows nothing, I know a lot. But if I compare with somebody who knows a lot, then I know nothing. So therefore, those who are humble or have humility, they see uh, the good qualities of others. And they see a lot of good qualities of others. And actually, when you see good qualities of others, that means you have the ability to see them. Therefore, you have that quality. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see them. You wouldn't be able to even judge. So therefore, the more you see the positive qualities of others, and the more you can appreciate the positive qualities of great beings, learned people, and other beings. Uh, it's not that naturally in comparison I feel that I know nothing, and there is a lot more to learn. There is a lot more to develop, and then I naturally become humble. So therefore, it is often said that the humbleness is the sign that you are learned, you know a lot, you have lots of good qualities. Because you have the capacity, you have learned to see and appreciate others' great qualities. If you are proud, oh, I'm a best, I'm really great. When you think like that, that means you don't see, you don't understand, you don't appreciate, you don't even know the, better things, and people have better qualities and better knowledge, and more wisdom and more. Then you become very proud. I think I am the best, but actually you have only seen a little bit. You haven't seen much, so therefore you can't. Then you also can't learn, because if you already think that I am the greatest, then what is there to learn more? So you don't learn, and so you look at everybody in a very bad way. So therefore, to have this humility is something really important. Therefore it is always said that if you cannot see the positive qualities and good things, and uh, appreciate others' positive qualities, then it means you cannot learn anymore. So therefore, it is very important to train ourselves to see the positive qualities in others and appreciate them. And the more we can do, the more we can learn. And therefore, so the people who are great can appreciate other great things, and therefore they're not proud. The more great you are, the more learned you are, the more advanced you are, usually you become more humble and have more humility. So he's trying to say that, he's trying to show that. He says, then, therefore, I have no thought that this might be of benefit to others. So he says that, uh, I'm not the greatest, and there's lots of other beings, other writings, other books, uh, which is, so good and so have so much positive qualities. Uh, so, if those cannot help lots of people, mine, I have not much expectation to help them also. I mean, this is also very important. Uh, you know, if you expect too much from your things, then of course you are disappointed. And it is not easy to help. This is also a very important thing. I mean, we, as a bodhisattva, you have made a commitment that you would work to help other beings also. I mean, yourself and other beings and all other beings. But it does not mean that you expect, uh, that it will happen very quickly, or in a in a completely kind of mm, big way, or you can just completely transform everybody in few years or something like that. It doesn't happen like that. So you need to know that. You need to expect that. You can't you can't expect too much. That's not realistic. So therefore you have to become ready to work, you know, life after life, eon after eon, a long, long time, with lots of hardships, and so therefore you do not become disheartened by small kind of failures, or if it doesn't happen exactly as it should, or you expect things should. So therefore, this is a very important thing to say. And then why did you write? I wrote it only to habituate my mind. Uh, so I wrote it basically. I mean, he says only, but maybe not only. Uh, Mainly to train myself, because when I when I, and it's also important. We need to remind ourselves. You know, to know something is not enough. Maybe I've received some teachings about different things, and I agree with that. I understand it, and I say, okay, now I know. I say it's okay. That's not enough, because uh, I know it, but it's not about knowing. It's about really reacting in that way, using that way of thinking, seeing, becoming totally kind of habituated in that. Becoming one, that way of reacting. So therefore, this is practice. The practice is to remind myself of what I understand I should do. I should react. I should, you know, mm, I should see and act and react in that way, because that's the right way. That's good way. That's something that is useful for me and others. So I need to, I need to take that account. I need to remind myself, because we all have lots of negative habitual tendencies, and we need to transform those negative habitual tendencies. If we cannot do that, then we will not transform. So therefore, we need lots of, uh, kind of repeating, reminding ourselves, especially when we are, distracted, or when we have negative, when we have a big problem, then we say, oh, I have too much problem. I cannot think about Dharma. That's, that's because we are not used to. We are not, you know, we have some understanding, but we have not practiced them. So therefore, when the real problems come, we cannot use it. So therefore, we have to use it now, from now onwards, little by little, and all the time. And the more we can do that, the more we will become, you know, uh, become more capable of using those understandings and experiences when even big problems come. So therefore, this is his reminder to that. My faith will thus be strengthened for a little while, that I might grow accustomed to these virtuous ways. So when I read them, when I remind myself once, when I think in this way, then for a while, I become more positive. I try, everything becomes okay for me. And then again, slowly, slowly, that wears off and I forget. And then I need to remind again and again and again. So therefore, this, that's why many people, many great masters used to, read the root text of Bodhicharyavatara, every day. Like they are kind of recited, reciting things, this reciting the sutras and reciting this kind of text every day is a practice, because it's a reminder. That's why they do it like that. And many people have, have memorized the whole text, and then they recite it and things like that. So uh, it's virtually, it's mainly for that, and it is, he's also saying that this should be done by everybody. when one has, is a little bit in a negative mood, or feel a little bit low, then if you read, recite these sutras or this kind of Bodhicharyavatara or teachings of great masters like songs of Milarepa or Patrul Rinpoche, then you are kind of rejuvenated. So this happens. This happens to everybody. So that's why he says like that. But he says, others who now chance upon my words may profit also equal to myself in fortune. So what it means to say is that if there are other people like me, who are same as myself, in the same kind of way of, in the same environment, in same problems, with same kind of, human being, and all this kind of similar way, if they read this, it is possible that they might also be benefited a little bit, as I am benefited myself. So therefore, you know, mm, he's not thinking that it's not going to help anybody. It might help. It will help. He knows that it will help other people also, who, like himself, like all of us, who, is in the similar way, human beings, that we can see things. We are in this world. We are in this. We have this samsaric state of mind, and we also have this, positive qualities of a little bit of love and compassion and kindness, and uh, some kind of thinking mind, and uh, we can understand things. And so if we are like this, then uh, it's very clear that it would help us, it would teach us, and so therefore we should do that. We should read it. We should. So this is the understanding. I mean, this what he's saying is that you should not expect that you just study this once and then you become totally transformed. It's not like that. You study it once just to understand. Then you repeat it again and again, and you remind yourself again and again. And that is the practice in the life. And the practice is that. It's practice is not just kind of doing something, like meditation or recitation of mantras or only those kind of things. Practice is, working on your emotions, on your attitude, way of saying things, on your habitual tendencies. And the real way, the best way, the only way is through understanding, through reminding yourself, through, to bring back that understanding, and then changing your way of acting, how you act with your mind, how you act with your speech, how you act with your body, and this, then maintain that, and that's the practice.